Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hello. How's everybody?
Good morning.
Yeah, a little early taping for those of you that stream us live. And hello to everybody on TikTok. And by the way, I should mention this. I didn't mention it. I don't mention it a lot, but I really, really should. If you're watching us on any of the platforms, hit all those crazy buttons that tell everybody that you're a regular and you like us and you're viewing and all that. It actually does make a difference.
And share it with your TikTok friends. This is a new format for us, a new frontier. So get the word out. Why are you laughing?
Because it sounds, TikTok, it says when it's a new format, you sound 95 years old.
It's a new platform for us in this era
No, it's
of the
not.
show.
It's an old platform that we are finally using. That's all. It's
well,
not
when
new
I
to
say
us.
it is new to us.
It's
being
not.
On it.
I mean, it's not. I've been on TikTok for multiple decades.
And you're Mike, and you're awesome for doing that.
No, Rob. It just. Do you get it? Do you ever get it? When
you
say
get it,
some
the
things,
fact
when
that-
you open your mouth without thinking and say a new platform to us is funny. It's just funny when you say it.
How would you
'cause it
explain the
sounds
fact that the show, the complete show, is back on TikTok?
I would say the show is now on TikTok.
Okay.
Live.
All right.
Streaming live on TikTok. That's all.
I think Rob's treating this like if suddenly we were on television. We've had it our entire life, but we're now on the TV.
That's right.
So it's new.
And TikTok is
Doesn't
like
count.
television for children. It is little screens
Wow.
that you can eat.
Oh, my God. Help me, help me, help me.
It is so obviously an hour early.
Yeah. Just open it up and see what comes out. We are talking about a taping early today because I am traveling. Josh will be coming up tomorrow. I'm coming up today for the big weekend, which is the live meet and greet that we're doing at Jimmy's. I want to thank my buddy Jerky and calling me yesterday. And I just should have you both know that I declined the professional lady dancers that he had offered to bring out
Wow.
to the appearance.
That's very nice.
Since
How is
my son
David Mosley?
He's doing great.
Great.
He's doing great, but he's a good guy. And he said, do you want me to bring... I went back to the 1980s and 90s right there.
When
you
is
want me
the
to bring some girls?
When is the last time we, quote unquote, brought girls to an event and it went well?
The live show in
Reno. Yeah. Dennis Hoff brought girls. His girls.
And it was I told, but the real, I said, we're not doing a stage show. We're just doing a
Meeting
meet and
and greeting, yeah.
And we're having a Kentucky Derby party, and my son will be there. And my God, what was that?
I dropped something.
What did you drop?
I
it
moved
sounded so loud.
It wasn't. It was my little AirPods. I moved my phone charger.
God,
Are
how
those
big
the ones you were
they?
going to do for show and tell today?
No, it's just the little tiny ones. I don't know why it was so
Those
loud.
are the old ones,
Yeah.
not the ones
Yeah,
you got from
but-
China.
Right. These are the good ones. Well, they're both.
I feel that
we'll get to
Apple,
it.
with all of their technology and all of the smart people that work in Apple, can they please make an AirPod case that doesn't look like dental floss? He might as well be holding up some Oral B when he holds them up.
You are definitely sounding 90
cares?
today with that.
Yeah.
You're like,
I am
"That's
90."
It looks like dental floss for the love
I
of
mean,
God."
but the
we'll
kids
have
come
that later
home-
in the show. I've got a thing about tests that you should probably, even though I'm about 10 years older than you, you need to do these tests for your longevity.
Listen, okay, first of all, I don't like being issued homework, and that qualifies as homework, but I will tell you this, Mike. Damn you, Mike O'Mara. Damn you. 3 episodes, and I wanted to watch a 4th of
you're
the
in on-
Blacklist.
You're in on the
Because
blacklist.
when you said to me yesterday, is it detective stuff? The whole show is detective stuff.
It is, and he, you know what, as slimy as James Spader can
Totally
be,
slimy. He's supposed to be slimy.
he's very good in this,
Isn't he?
and the writing is good. The one thing I can't figure out is the lady. What's her name?
Agent Keen.
Agent Keen. What's preventing her from being very, very, very pretty? She's close.
Oh, I
but
get
there's
it.
Something
I don't
wrong.
think it's pretty. She's beautiful. She is, I think she has too wholesome a look, but the wholesome
Maybe,
look.
maybe.
But I believe the wholesome look for Agent Keen
Yeah.
is because I think when you're talking about beautiful ladies and the character, I wish I knew the actress's name who plays Agent Keen on The Blacklist or played Agent Keen on
Isn't
The
it Deborah
Blacklist.
It's Deborah Winger, isn't it?
There are women who are beautiful
Right.
and wholesome, which she is.
Yeah.
And then there are women that are beautiful and like super hot. I will give you an example. You've got Agent Keen,
Right.
and you've got Megan Fox.
And her name came up last night with Carrie and I saying that she kind of wants to be like a Megan Fox / that what's it?
Yep.
Zoe
But she's
Deschanel.
not
too.
because she's too Ivory Girl.
Right,
That's
right.
what it is.
Also,
And-
she's got a huge jaw.
No, she doesn't.
She does. It's like Jay Leno with mascara.
She does no such thing.
I think she
don't
does.
know. Yes, go
Did
ahead.
we say
Josh.
yesterday this show that came on 20 years ago?
Right.
It's on Netflix.
It is.
All right, I'll download a couple.
When did it
episodes for the
debut?
flight.
When was season 1? What am I watching right now?
I think it was 2013. I think that's the date I saw.
and it ran for
10 seasons.
10 seasons. So
How
I'm-
how it went under my radar all that time, I have no idea.
smash
'Cause-
hit. That's why it ran for 10 seasons, right?
Yeah, I suppose, but I just don't. It seems like a show that is that. It's very, to me, reminiscent without the real time factor. Its flavor is a lot like 24, and I enjoy that. It is a energetic show, and they tell. I mean, I'm only 4 episodes in or so, but they are great at telling the story because it could be a really complicated story, but they've simplified it to an idiot like me. And also, what I love, they love people falling off buildings, and they're good at it. Those are good stunts that they have.
Well,
the
I'm
people
glad.
falling-
I hope you get many, many hours because we're always looking for something that
It's
will
got a
be,
91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's fun.
Good
and it's-
heavens.
It has a jive factor, but it doesn't matter because as
Carrie
Rob
and I
mentioned,
figured
think
out
it's the writing.
the best way to make it perfectly jive would be every time Spader says the words, he looks at the camera and goes, "The Blacklist."
Have him do that.
Yes, that now I'm watching.
So yeah, I'd be very curious to know. The
And also, it
actress's
comes
name.
off real big budget too. That's the other thing I like about
They
it.
don't skimp, and I'm sure that doesn't change as the show continues. So, yeah, there's my my pick to click for
So
that.
I appreciated that homework, Mike. That
Well,
was
thank
good.
you. It's so I'll get to the aging stuff because I'm a rube and I was actually doing it, and my kid asked me what I was doing.
You know
so
who's
anyway,
not aging, Mike, is Megan Boone, who
that
plays
the-
Agent Elizabeth Keene.
Elizabeth Keene.
Yeah.
How do I not remember Elizabeth? It's my daughter's name. I'm going to see her this weekend.
But Mike, you better
Elizabeth
watch out
Keene.
for Tom Keene. I think
Tom
he has
Keene's
some
her
secrets.
evil
Yes.
husband.
Yes.
And you find out just how evil he is as you get into it. I'm not going to spoil it.
Don't
for you.
spoil it. I've got
13 years
190
ago.
episodes to go.
We're making the trip up north, and Carla's bringing a separate suitcase steamer trunk with. I got to get my dinger here. Hold on a
Yes.
second. We have TMOS koozies.
Oh, nice. You don't have those at the bar. You need them.
We have TMOS shot glasses.
Yes.
We have Don't Get Happy stickers. We have the brand new Don't Get Happy hats. We have TMOS summer caps. We have TMOS playing cards. We have the wonderful commemorative coins for the show. And a select number of T-shirts.
Do you have any nougat?
We have nougat. We have pies, cakes, and breads.
I think the coins you should just transfer in your pockets. Just line your pockets going through
So
security.
we can go
today
through
with the
security
coins.
with that.
Yeah.
That'll be a lot of fun. As far as the airlines are concerned, when most of the technological advances about online check-in, and they text you and say, "Would you like to check in?" and you get it all taken care of, and then you use your phone to check in on the plane. Blah blah. But don't pretend that you are doing me a solid when you are offering to check my carry-on for free. I just say F you. F you, because they say it when they, at least United says it when they say, we are full, so we are offering you free checked carry-on. Well, if it was not a carry-on, it would be a check back. How about free everything?
Well, they
right?
do a great job of making it seem like they're doing you a favor. We have
And they're not.
overbooked today's flight,
Yeah.
and anyone that would like to surrender the seat will get a $5 coupon
Yeah.
for Aunt Annie's Pretzels.
So
and
it
so they're
sucks.
not helping you out; they're helping themselves out. The whole airline industry is based on the fact they hope people don't show up because they
Well,
oversell every flight.
And everything about the airline industry is horrible now. I
Yeah.
hate that it makes me buy a seat.
to
Or it's
get
gonna
your
stick you in a-
particular seat somewhere in the plane
Mm-hmm.
where they conjured,
Yes.
where it used to be first class on international large planes, you would have first class business and then coach. And then somewhere along the line, the conjurers decided that they would make it even more space or extra leg room
Right.
or and they could up the price on that. Yeah. That's
Would you
the
like
whole-
to pay a little extra to be at the bulkhead, Mike,
Yeah, it's BS.
or an exit
am-
row?
I am in 34B tomorrow because that's where they assigned me.
That sounds like
And-
it's near the pooper.
Sounds like it's a
It
middle
is.
seat.
It's near the back, and it's a middle seat.
Yeah.
And if I want to move to a emergency exit row, I can pay $79.
Yeah.
If I want to move to what they call first class, I can
Right.
pay $100.
Yes, exactly.
Or I can stick with the middle row. Even if I want to move to just like a window or an aisle, it's $60.
Or a what?
Aisle.
A window
Aisle.
or a
aisle.
aisle. Yeah.
You mean an aisle?
Yeah. Yep.
Can you say islands in the stream?
Islands.
There, you said it perfectly.
I
now
can say
say
islands.
now say aisle.
Aisle.
You know what's great,
A-
Mike?
a-
Even if he's in the middle
An
seat,
airport,
Man brings me joy
airplane
every
aisle
week.
Or
What's
I'll
that?
be there is the same word to me.
I'll be there. But you say island.
yeah.
Say
Yeah,
island
they're-
again.
they're- Island. There's an S there.
Or how about this? Are you excited that even though you're in the middle seat, you're still going to get your frequent flyer miles?
I don't know if I get my miles because Jimmy booked it.
Oh, Jimmy.
So I think Jimmy's getting my miles.
Well, at least you know what.
So you got Jimmy's after the fact. I booked mine earlier,
You
and
booked
I
yours
didn't
early.
get
and you
Jimmy's
build
miles.
Jimmy?
No. Yeah. See, Mike.
I
billed
have to
Jimmy.
build Jimmy. That's the fee that we're charging for this whole event. That's all we got.
No, but
So
what I'm
I have
saying
not
is
sent
that-
mine to Jimmy, right, Josh? I haven't sent mine to Jimmy yet. I don't think.
I thought you did, but I don't know.
See, I should remember that.
Because I
Yeah.
thought that you sent it, and that's why he said, I'll take care of your booking instead of trusting me to book something.
That
No,
could be
because
it.
he's got miles because he
Yes.
travels the world, and that's what he wanted to use. But he was late,
Yeah.
and he got to me after I booked my flight. So
Yes. So he's got
you
me
know,
covered.
well, I'm
we're
sure
all
you'll remember,
watching our
Mike.
pennies on this show. We
You'll
are all
remember,
watching
Mike,
our pennies.
what happened, but you have to wait a little while.
We are truly looking forward to this. We are going to be there. 5 o'clock is the start of our little
Right.
get together. The Derby comes off at 6:35 or so. That's when
That's
they
about
usually
right, yeah.
race. And we look forward to it. We got a bunch of people going, and we're really, really excited to see everybody up in D.C. And thank you to my buddy Jerky, the ladies. I said thanks, but no thanks. So for those of you that might have wanted to see some adult performers, with my kid,
I
then
mean,
you will
the whole
know.
notion, he sort of created that whole situation in his head that we would need
He thought,
performers.
in
Yeah.
fairness to him,
and
he
for
thought
the-
that,
what
that
a-
we were doing a regular show.
Oh, okay.
So we'd be up on stage, and it might work if we're doing a regular
Yeah.
show.
But
We've
it's
done
still
that before.
Jimmy's. Jimmy's
It's
is a
still-
family restaurant.
It's still Jimmy's, and it is a
But
family
good-looking
affair.
families.
And I'm sure we're going to have kids there running
Yeah.
around. Even
Yeah.
I get it, but it's going to be fun. My daughter's going to be there. with her
Speaking of
beau.
your buddy Jerky, I heard from one of your buddies yesterday,
Who's that? Who that?
Rich Hosteley.
Oh,
and-
Rich. Yeah, Rich, the architect.
Yeah, and he
Now
apparently
that's a name that you would hear on the blacklist. Oh, you mean the architect?
Yes, Mike, because he's on the blacklist. He actually yesterday, I didn't realize that he goes to a lot of Disney theme parks,
Does he really?
and he sent me pictures of a proper Dole Whip. I love the fact that he's listening that hard. So hi to Rich.
Like Jimmy's daughter, Kelsey, Rich is a vlogger, and when he travels the world, and he spent lots of time in Europe, and he spent lots of time traveling the world, he will give great photographic evidence of where he's been, and I love watching those.
And he's also a very cool, nice guy. Love him.
He is do you remember the story about him? That he was the third wheel when we went out to Sturgis on the motorcycle.
Yeah, but I also remember him paying less attention to you and to Jimmy as he did to the local ladies.
Well, here's the deal with Rich.
Yeah.
Rich is well over 6 feet. He's a
Yes, he
tall
is.
guy, and he's smooth. He's got the patter down. But Rich was on for this is motorcycle talk. So if you don't understand, I'll try to explain it the best I can. Rich rode a Sportster from Los Angeles to Denver.
Now, that's a little bike, right?
That's a little bike, and he rode it all the way up to Sturgis, too. In the morning.
It must have
Jimmy
looked like
and
a circus act.
Jimmy and I flew into Denver, rented a couple of Electroglides, the big bikes, the
Yeah.
big cruisers where you can put your stuff in there. My eyes are all screwed up. I got a dust bunny in my eye this morning. And Rich was every morning when he'd come out of whatever road motel we were in, it would be the half-hour process of the bungee cords and strapping down his various backpacks that he had.
That's right, because he
that's
had
how
no
did it.
storage space.
And he looked like, because he was tall, he looked like he was riding a mini bike. And it was every day. And the most memorable one was Jimmy wanted to lead the pack. And I
Good
said,
idea.
finally, well, I'm you know me, Rob, when we travel for the show or anything like that as a group, I've got a pretty good sense of direction, and I always know where we're going, where the plane is, where the gate.
That's why other members of the show in days of old wouldn't give a damn. They'd just follow you.
Yep. Remember one time I asked Buzz, what gate are we at? He said, I don't know. So the morning comes, he goes, I'd like to lead. Can I lead the parade today or something like that? I said, yeah, Jimmy, go ahead.
Of course you can.
And we are pulling out of the motel. We are in the middle of nowhere. We're in the middle. I think it's Nebraska. I'm pretty sure we were in Nebraska or Wyoming. I'm not sure, but we come
Both
out
great,
of this.
by the way.
And Jimmy, you come out of the parking lot of this motel, take a left, and then the Waze / maps said take a right and then another left. Jimmy comes out of the parking lot, comes to the intersection, goes straight through it, and starts going 80 miles an hour. He is uncatchable at this point, and I know with every mile that he goes up the road, we are going to be delayed in our little trip. But that
by
was
twice as
that
much
was Jimmy.
time because he's got to come back. How did you handle it? Did you follow him?
I caught
or did
him.
you just wait?
I caught him, hitting my horn the whole time, and
Would there
then
have been
Rich
a
is in
strategy
his
of
mini
just
bike and back
waiting
me.
for him though, because he would have to come back if he
No,
realized
we
you
were
weren't with
we were
you.
at the beginning of the trip. We had to ride all day. We can all ride together because that was when Jimmy wanted to go.
Oh, I remember.
Jimmy wanted to go to Carhenge
Right.
to see all the cars
Are you
stacked
familiar
up
with
like stone.
Carhenge, Josh?
Unfortunately, I am.
Oh, have
Yeah,
you been?
I do know what it is. I have not been.
Oh, well, someday. I mean, you're still young.
But that was the story. And then in the evening, Jimmy and I would stop at whatever watering hole we were stopping at, and Rich would occasionally just drift off.
Yeah.
And then you would see him engaging one of the female bartenders.
I was going to say, didn't he have great service at most of the bars?
He had great service at
Yeah.
a couple
Meanwhile,
of the joints
you
we
went to the bar in Sturgis where they were doing the burnouts, and then you went home and couldn't breathe.
I believe I had a cold brewing, and it was exacerbated by the fact that I was inhaling burnt rubber in
Rubber
the whole
was in the
shot
air,
pit
yes.
at what was the name of the joint? Oh my God!
Was it Bennigan's?
No,
Applebee's.
It burned.
Texas Roadhouse.
It had a fire, a big
buckets.
fire out in Sturgis. Oh man, I can't remember what the place was. But that was fun, and a guy got hit. It was not hit, really run over when they were bringing motorcycles.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, and also
spectacular.
don't forget the emergency U-turn when the Blues Brothers came by.
Well, it wasn't a U-turn.
It was
we
just
are driving.
spastic
I
gesturing,
can
yeah.
set the scene for you, and I hope this is folks that have some video. Josh will appreciate this. We're going at a pretty good clip because it's wide open highway, and we're in the state of Wyoming, and there is a pretty steady, about 30 to 35, gusts up to 45 to 50 mile an hour crosswinds coming across the great state of Wyoming. it was on the crappy side of Wyoming, not on the Jackson Hole side. It was on the other side where it's flat and windy. And we're driving at about 75, and there are these double tractor trailers that are coming in the other direction, and they kind of wobble you on the motorcycle.
Sure.
But we've ridden for miles and miles and miles, and we know what we're doing, and we're okay with that. But you're kind of leaning in to the wind that is buffeting you when you're out there, but it's fine.
For a motorcycle rider, when you're facing wind like that, do you have to use your body to sort of keep the bike in order? Or do you just
lean into it. If it's a
all right.
heavy wind, you lean into it. It keeps you stable.
right.
And then we've gotten the proper order, which is me, followed by Jimmy, followed by Rich. That's the way we rode because Rich had the less powerful bike, and he was behind us. He's a good rider, responsible rider. Jimmy's a good rider, knows how to ride a motorcycle. Coming towards me in the great state of Wyoming, in the wind, is, and I can see it from a distance, is that police car known as the Bluesmobile, the Blues Brothers car.
You mean a
that-
1974 Dodge Monaco?
If that's what it was, that's exactly what it was. And I see it. And behind the wheel, it's obvious that the two guys driving it are in the Blues Brothers suits. Now, I should point out, we're going about 75 miles an hour.
Right.
And it's one of those unlimited speed limit areas that we're in. We're, compared to some people that pass us, we're reasonable as far as our
That's pretty
speed is
slow
concerned.
for Florida.
That's
let alone there.
in certain areas of Florida. I look in the side view mirror that I have after the Bluesmobile goes by me, and on his bike at about 75, Jimmy's going because he got so excited about the Bluesmobile. Stayed on his bike, thank God. Didn't run it into a ditch, and that was the Bluesmobile.
Senor James is in the chat room right now, and his comment is full throttle.
Full throttle.
That's the saloon.
Full throttle saloon. That's what it was. Thank you,
Okay.
Jimmy. Full throttle saloon. And, I think that if, let me just say this, I would not have had to twist Jimmy's arm to stop, turn around, and try to catch the Blues Brothers. But I had my eyes on the prize. I wanted to get back to Denver.
I was wondering if you
really
wanted
was.
a selfie, Jake.
It
Come
was,
on.
Yeah. So
Pull
I traveled with
over.
Rich. Is Rich coming to our thing on Saturday?
No, I think he's out of town, but he is listening every day to a point that he sent me a picture of Dole Whips, 3 of them.
That's wonderful. Hi, Rich.
Well, I think the people that are really like Dole Whip really like Dole Whip.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're bashing it and having a bad time with Dole Whip, they're going to be defensive.
Yeah.
Well, I used to like a thing that was at some of the finer watering holes in the area. It was called Stoli Doli. Are you familiar with what that is?
Oh, man, I don't know Stoli Doli.
So you would go into usually a high-end kind of joint, like one of your Capitol Grill bars, one of
Yeah.
those old, rustic kind of wooden paneled bars that you have. And they would have a giant, like one of those Sun lemonade dispensers, but it was
Yeah.
glass, really,
Yeah.
really high-end with the little spigot on it. And then they take pineapple and they stack it up. And so you
Okay.
got the pineapple stacked up so it's filled the
And it's peeled
the
and
container.
cored. It's just
peeled
sliced
and cored.
Oh, look at that.
And there it is. That's exactly what it is. And then they just let it sit there for months and months and months, and it's Stoli Doli. It's vodka, Stoli vodka, infused with the flavor of pineapple.
Dole pineapple.
Dole pine. Well, yeah, that's why they call it Stoli
Yeah, and
Doli.
that's owned by Bob Dole.
Is there any? I mean, Bob Dole. How you doing there, Bob Dole?
And,
Getting really excited, Bob Dole.
You mentioned the Capitol Grill.
Yes.
They are known for that because when I search Stoli Doli, Capitol Grill pictures are what comes up all over.
That's I think they're
That's
the
their
they're the
drink.
ones that,
It's a
that
great
made it
place.
famous. And by the way, can we see that picture again? Because that not only is the Stoli Doli, but look at how they
The
perfectly
presentation.
geometrically set up their Stoli Doli.
You
Now
know
you
what
can
I
do
think?
that with other fruit flavors too, and infuse your vodka with a flavor, and it's legit.
I bet they don't really serve it from that. I think that's probably a show container because they wouldn't want to do that each and every day.
I would agree
Right.
with you if I didn't see it doled out.
Get it?
Pardon the
Hole-
pun.
how-
Doled out.
But
I've
that
seen
tiny
them pour
hole
it.
in the top is going to make it hard to stack all that
yeah,
pineapple.
it really is. You have to
Pretty
hire
cool,
a
though.
you have to hire a barmaid with tiny hands.
Hire that man. Yeah, I've enjoyed that.
Pineapple is a great fruit, isn't it? I mean, it's mixture with vodka and also with rum. It's very good. A lot of the
Calm down now. We're going to be at a
like
bar.
a
this
lot
weekend.
of the Polynesian cocktails feature a healthy dose of pineapple juice.
It's usually the canned pineapple juice that we have.
Yeah, but it's still pretty good. Do you know the pineapple?
You know,
juice?
it always makes me nervous when you speak of alcohol longingly.
Well,
it
let
really
me-
makes me
let
a
me-
little bit nervous. With
let me
that,
turn
since
the
you've
bike a
never
little
had
bit.
a proper treatment program.
Here's the lazy man's Stoli Doli.
Yeah,
that's-
kind of just throwing the
They
chunks
just
in
throw
there.
a bunch of chunks in
That's
there.
from O'Mara's, isn't it? And
the
some of that pineapple.
Some of
is
it was
actually-
really fine.
Some of it is like sponge.
What do you think? Did you like that O'Mara Stoli Doli knockoff that we had there?
Oh, I think it's marvelous. Some of it really fine.
Thanks,
At
Bing.
O'Mara's, you called it pineapple crapple.
Pineapple crap. I'm not. If you can bring up that last picture, and the other one too did the same thing. I'm not quite sure that poured into a glass it would have that cloudy.
Exactly.
I think they infused that with some pineapple juice.
yeah,
think
I think
they
it's
actually
probably
take
it
real
could be
pineapple.
shaken too.
But I have seen them, Rob, dole out the pineapple juice from the Stoli Doli.
Now,
container.
here's something you don't know: the main liquid ingredient in my fruitcake recipe is pineapple juice.
There you are. That's say no more. That's pretty spectacular.
We get gallons of it that we'd have to go through to make it. So it's
that-
got the best flavor. It's just
It's a
great sweetening agent.
concentrated, delicious flavor,
Mm-hmm.
and so Jimmy, get the pineapple out and put it on your bar, and we will do it this
And
way.
Carla
But
will bring you a jar.
we're very excited. We're traveling today, and then we will be there, and I think we're going to have Carla set up a table with all the stuff on it, and this is make no mistake, you got to make the pennies to make the dollars. That's how you do it. That's the way.
Ben
That's the
Franklin said
philosophy of the. What's that?
Ben Franklin said that, didn't he?
No, he said when he was in France, he said, "Where are the hookers?"
And then he said,
The direct quote from Ben Franklin.
Would someone please invent antibiotics?
The famous quotes. We have famous quotes by famous founding fathers. Ben Franklin, who once said, "Does this look infected to you?"
Do you have any from John Adams?
I have one from Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, okay. Thomas Jefferson's great. Yeah.
Let's see. After dinner, have her come up from the cabin.
Oh, I have
Thomas Jefferson.
I have the John Adams one here.
Okay.
Which is it comes from a letter, so it's not from a speech or anything.
All
But
right,
it
go
says,
ahead.
Dear sirs, would you like me to bring some ladies to Jimmy's?
There it is. All right, you got John Adams. We had Thomas Jefferson.
Hamilton? Alexander Hamilton was a
He
big
wasn't
guy.
a founding father, though, was he?
I
Was
think
he
he counts, yeah,
He didn't
yeah.
have any. The writing. Your founding fathers are Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Ben Franklin.
Well, of course, George Wash.
Look it up, please. Let's find out so we get it right, because you
All right.
always hear
George
the founding.
Washington,
George
John
Washington,
Adams,
John
Thomas
Adams,
Jefferson,
Thomas Jefferson,
Benjamin Franklin,
Ben Franklin,
James Madison,
James Madison.
I went to his high
and
school.
Alexander Hamilton.
Oh, so Alexander Hamilton.
Aha!
All right. All right. So,
Yes.
and Alexander Hamilton, who once said, "And the peas, they taste like wood." Yeah, you get what I did there? You get what I did there?
I did, Mike. That's a lot. That's pretty deep.
That was
for
a
some
Hamilton
people.
musical joke.
Yes, exactly.
From a
And
man
which is-
that is like the last rap song he listened to was 45 years ago.
I love the current musical Hamilton, which is still on tour, and you managed to reference a 1974 record.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm here all week, ladies and gentlemen.
All the week.
And I think it was James Madison who once
Yes.
said to the crowded room, "Dolly is a whore."
Yes, and she was. She
Was
got
that his
around.
wife? Was
Yeah.
that his wife?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Dolly Madison, who I think was she not responsible for rescuing stuff from the White House when the British burned it down?
I don't know.
I think she was the person
I
who
have
did
no
that.
idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea. You stopped the show with that factoid. You know.
Well, you see, but let's get back to what you said. She was a player. She got around. Dolly
Dolly's
did.
quote was, let me see here. I've got it down. It says, "I had no idea it was that big." That's Dolly's.
And
So-
wasn't it?
Well,
Wasn't
it does say that Dolly's popularity is what got her husband the presidency.
Yeah.
so she was hot,
Yeah.
right? And she made cake.
She was also the first lady to use a razor.
That is. Well, we didn't get George Washington, you know. There's George Washington who once famously said out on the battlefield, "There's nothing quite like the morning wood."
And here's a picture of Dolly for you.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
For them, not
ample.
bad. Yeah. But
Sorry.
still, she looks a little like
Look at
Ralph.
the necklace, though. That's kind of naughty, right? Isn't that
Yeah,
kind of
well,
a?
she's
right?
showing the goods, but the fact is, she looks like Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid.
We're doing Founding Fathers humor. Is this why you want to come to Jimmy's and see us, ladies and gentlemen? Because we
Yeah.
do this stupid crap at
Early
7
show.
o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning. One last word before we get out of here. I'm going to take our little break and then give you some wonderful news today. I wanted to
you.
share this fact. Last night, Mrs. O'Mara was slaying the dragon right up until about 5 o'clock, working so many jobs yesterday at her brick and mortar store that she had to pick up my kid from school and then bring him back to the brick and mortar store and then finish off her clients for the afternoon.
And was she
and
still
then come
dressed
home.
like Dolly Madison when she does her
Let me
work?
tell you how bad the husband are. And she won't tell you that she was pissed at me, but I know she was pissed at me
All right.
last night. Because you might ask, what? Well, you'll know. What
Mm-hmm.
is the reason that she had to do the pickup and then take
It's
him
Mike-
back?
As I hang on every tendril of this story, I'm curious
Yes.
about one thing.
Uh-huh.
Why would she have to leave her brick and mortar to pick up Michael when that's normally your job?
I was predisposed.
In what way?
I was south of here, and I had a
Hard to go
commitment.
it's hard to go. You're pretty far south as it is.
I had a commitment. I had a commitment that I had already agreed to.
Well, you're
A
out of town
previous
Friday,
engagement. Yeah.
so you
Previous
had to change your
engagement.
schedule for the week.
What did you say, Josh? I'm
You're
sorry.
out of town Friday, so you had to do your Friday stuff on Wednesday.
To a degree, but I usually do my Wednesday stuff on Wednesday, so I am simply missing my Friday stuff.
So, if you were substituting your Friday stuff for Wednesday, did you not eat meat?
Nope, I just showed up like I always show up.
And
That
where
was
did you show
DQ.
up?
I showed up at Happy Valley.
Oh, okay. Well, you have to get that in.
I did.
Yeah.
It's a Wednesday's a money game.
Yeah.
And if you say you're gonna, if you commit, you commit. So here's what happened. I get done. I really wrap things up at about 3:30. So 3:30 yesterday.
Including the exchange of money.
The exchange of money lost.
Oh,
no,
Mike.
stop, nope, check that. No, came in second. We did get, we got our money back. For the
Okay,
bet.
so you broke
that
even.
was it.
That's good.
Broke
That's
even.
good. And you played a
Um,
lovely game, and the weather was nice, so that's nice.
Phenomenal weather yesterday. Dried
Mm-hmm.
out a little bit, less humidity. Absolutely stunningly beautiful.
Great.
Why May is the best month. Late April, early May, spectacular.
Hey,
There's a
today
little
is-
secret. You want to schedule a vacation in Florida, come down late April, early May. It is blissful, and there are less people here because they all go back after Easter.
And let me be the first to tell you, Mike, happy May Day.
Thank you. Yes. Buzz Burbank used to say, what was his slogan?
Hooray, hooray, the 1st of May, outdoor humping starts today.
There it is. Always liked that. It was very sweet. So,
You liked that?
let's move on.
Okay, you brought it up.
I make it home, get home 4:30, and I realize that Carla has a client. My son is down there with her. They roll in at about 6:30.
Wow.
In between, after her last client, the phone rings. It's her. I don't bother her. I answer the phone. Well, hello. She says, hello. And it's like, hello.
Oh, God, yeah.
You know, the Ivy. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And this was one of the times where the Irish guilt was completely lost on me. I did not experience the Irish guilt. Normally, when I have done my work early in the morning,
Yeah.
gotten out and done my semi-retirement job of golfing with my mates, I'm usually racked with Irish guilt, but I wasn't at this particular moment. And so she said, well, I picked Michael up. We went to Wawa. I got a tuna sandwich. He got a sandwich, and he's fed. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm going to find something here to have dinner. And she said, there's really nothing since we're leaving this. So there's really nothing in the house. And at that point, I said, well, could you stop at Mickey D's on the way home and pick me up some food? And she says, yeah, I will. But I didn't hear that tone, which really should have said, yeah, I will, you slothful pig of a human being, after I have been working all day and you have been playing your little stupid game with your friends and probably had a beer after the game. Yeah, you're sitting on your fat ass, but I, who have done everything for our son and everything for our family, will come home. And I believe that's why she was a little prickly with me last night.
Was it at all, you're asking for that, was it at all a response or a knee-jerk to the fact that she overplayed her hello?
No,
Okay.
There's no gamesmanship on mine. It's just ignoring
You
the
were
signals.
hungry. Yeah, you needed
I
to see those
was.
signals.
You were hungry. What is that? What is that, Private Pile?
That's
A
from
jelly
Wawa,
donut
sir.
in your foot locker. So she came home, and then it was kind of relatively prickly. She called me annoying and a couple of things. So I have been this week, for whatever reason, maybe the fact that I'm simply aging, little logy, little rundown. Not on the show. This, fortunately, all the listeners have been getting me my very best. And then it's all downhill after that.
I think it's the sunburn.
I think the
sun knocked
sunburn.
you out this weekend.
The sunburn did me in from all the baseball of the weekend, and but she brought it home, and then and she's also bringing a big satchel of stuff, and we're traveling the entire family together. As I point towards the door.
You didn't make her do that, Mike.
I
You
know.
didn't make her bring the satchel of stuff. And in
But-
fact, what you're doing is you're allowing her to do that, and that
When
makes
I
you the
dine,
good guy.
When I dine at the Round Bun Place.
Yes.
I now, based on their
Is that what we're calling
exorbitant
McDonald's
price,
now?
the Round Bun Place. McDonald's makes me feel like a failure.
Why?
It really, because you failed for the day. If that's your dinner, I'm sorry, you
Yeah,
failed.
I suppose it takes
You've
a different
settled.
tone.
You failed. There are so many less expensive and healthier options for you, and it is usually
Lunch
a
at
result of
McDonald's, Mike.
laziness. Is it not laziness first and foremost?
I don't
Really?
like fast food for dinner. I would say McDonald's for lunch would be a success. That means you've allotted the time and you can make it there and do it. But dinner's a different thing. You don't want that for dinner.
Makes me felt like a failure.
Yeah.
Not only did I eat the crap, but I had someone fetch it for me. That's the lazy of lazies. I am not proud of myself.
You arranged
I went to
for
bed.
it. DoorDash would be lazier. Did she not promise to love, honor, and obey you?
Oh, God.
I wasn't there,
You're
so
gonna-
I don't know.
I should point out you're going to see her this week.
Yeah, but it's going to be crowded. I can duck.
You'll have to go in the other room.
Maybe she'll bring you some McDonald's.
Very,
be,
very
yeah.
Mickey D. Hey, no need for any chow where we're going, folks.
Yeah,
that's
it's
right.
true.
Oh, my beef
What
on
did you-
weck. Ooh, yum, yum, yum. Hello.
What did you get? What did she choose to bring you, or what did you ask for?
My
from the Round
standard.
Bun place?
I have a standard order.
16 Filet-O-Fishes and a
That's
Diet
it. How
Coke.
did, were you there? No, I get the 2 regular cheeseburgers,
Oh,
a medium
perfect.
French fry, and a large Diet Coke. Healthy and good for you.
Have you looked into the idea of getting one cheeseburger value meal and then adding the burger if it's going to be cheaper?
What?
You mean like, yeah, I'm confused by what
I
you're
mean, because it
talking
sounds like
about?
you've ordered
He's
everything.
doing the
too.
thing where he opens his mouth and stuff comes out.
You
I'm not
keep
sure.
saying that, Mike, and never
Yes.
has anything been more thought out in my life.
All right, tell me again. Explain it,
It sounds
please.
like
Yeah.
the way
Brain
you
hurts.
describe it is that she buys all of them piecemeal. 2 cheeseburgers.
No, that's the meal.
It's
Oh,
a
it's a
number
7. I didn't know
It's
it was a number
That-
7.
that's
okay.
my go-to as well.
It's a number 7 because I like
Yeah.
the little,
Yeah.
the traditional
Like when you
little
were little.
cheeseburgers. Like when I was little, and it's the balanced burger. It's not a large burger,
No.
but it's perfect. And then, if I'm by myself, I supersize the fries. And if I'm, if Carla's picking it up, I have to get the medium or the small.
Yeah.
The small fry.
Do you think she takes any fries on the way home?
Yeah, she took some fries when she put it on my table
Yeah.
next to my chair where I was sitting because they didn't get up when they walked in. It was.
I'd like to think you were at a dining room chair, but you were in your recliner, weren't you?
It's where
Do you
I-
rise
where I
when they
spend-
come home?
No, I do not.
Neither do I.
Did you take your headphones off
Uh,
when they come home, or just sit there and hold out your hands
I've
for your food?
I have had moments where I forgot
Yeah. Do you
my
ever
AirPods. My
do you ever-
AirPods Max.
Do you ever, when they come in, just point at your mouth?
My AirPods Max that have to be synced with every goddamn item in the house when I'm switching devices. Like if I want to go from the TV to the computer or the computer to the TV, you got to shut them down, knock them out of your thing, and do that.
You sound like my mom when she watches like something on Paramount, and she says, "Can you believe they put a commercial before my program?" I said, for 70 years of your life, there were commercials.
No, this
in
is
everything you watch.
This is a technical switch over the
but
Bluetooth from the television.
Think
to
about
the,
how easy it is that the fact
has
that you have
nothing to do with commercials.
I know, but I'm saying she's complaining about something she shouldn't complain about. You've got wireless technology in your hand to go to anything, so you have to switch it. Big deal. You've got the technology.
Mike,
I don't think it's bad.
If you didn't have to switch it, you would be complaining that it's connecting to the wrong device.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably right.
And
didn't you recently get a Chinese set of AirPods that just arrived?
Those look like the real deal.
Legit box.
With an Apple logo on them?
Oh my God! How much did you pay for them?
$120.
Oh, so you did? They didn't give them away. They better be good.
No.
Have you opened them yet?
I have.
Let's look. He's excited. I can tell he's excited.
What happened?
They've got the nice case.
Wow. Did they come in any man's colors?
They are.
That looks like the legitimate.
That looks real.
They look legit. They have all the serial numbers and everything.
Wow.
Did you buy those pre-tariff?
I did.
Okay. All right.
Now
they fell off the truck. Yeah.
When you connect them to your phone, it does pop up with the little, let's connect your AirPods.
Got it.
And then you hit connect, and it spins, and then it says, these are not genuine.
And are you able to connect?
It says you have to connect via Bluetooth. You connect via Bluetooth, and they work fine.
Like fine,
okay.
or how is the audio quality?
The audio quality, I think it's a little more low end
than
expected, but not bad.
How would it connect if not Bluetooth? What would be the connection? Is it like an Air stream or something?
The Apple thing does it automatically.
Okay.
Pretend Bluetooth.
I have to do the same thing with mine, with the television and all of that. Now, what would those set you back if you were buying the actual? Wouldn't they be like $500?
$500.
$500.
So these were $110. You know how the AirPods have, like, you press a button and you can hear everything in the room?
Correct.
Without taking
noise
off the
cancellation. Yes.
Well, noise cancellation.
No, it's the
blocks
opposite.
and then the opposite lets all the sound in.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
This has that, but it lets so much sound in that, like, when you hit that mode, I can hear the AC running.
Okay, but when you go back to it,
when I go back to the noise canceling, it's great. It cancels out the noise.
Yeah.
So would you describe it as a win?
Well, hold on. These are $120 I paid for these.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I went over to DHgate and I said, dispute. I said, Apple tells me these are not genuine. Oh, also, if you type the serial number in, it shows AppleCare and everything because it's a stolen serial number.
Oh, wow.
So I did that, and they said, would you like to file a dispute, or would you like us to give you back $87? So I chose the $87, and now I have a really nice pair of $40 Bluetooth headphones.
So you don't have to send them back?
No.
Nope.
That's great. Nope. That's a miracle right there. Put them on. Let's see how you
look.
Look
how excited he is. Look at how that's as excited as he gets. By the way,
you've beat the system. They look great on you,
and it's your favorite color outside of orange, peach.
Yeah,
as soon as
favorite
I put
ice cream flavor. Yeah,
as soon as I put them on my head, they started playing my phone, which has the TikTok running. So I got a weird delay of our conversation in my ears.
Oh,
so
that's
on a scale of 10 being identical to the real Apple iPhones Max, what would you rate them?
About a 7 or an 8.
7 or 8.
I was telling my wife they stole all the parts from Apple. It's clearly made by Apple, but the little software things that Apple does better than everyone else, it doesn't have.
Okay, all right.
But I'm going to wear them on the airplane, and no one will know the difference.
There you go.
I have to
feel
good
for you.
I feel somehow that they're just falling off the truck Apple, and
there's some manufacturing. You got Rob. You always have to take into account the slave labor. Always take into account
the slave labor built them, put them on the box, then they fell off, and then
there's no larceny outside of intellectual property.
And there's a good chance that the software gets installed on these once they get shipped to California,
That's exciting.
and they didn't get that.
All right, calm down. Anyway, we'll be back with the news in just a second. Look at how happy he is. He's so happy with his
I'm
and he got
happy.
$80
No.
back too.
I'm
That's
happy
the
for
part
him.
I'm happy about.
Yes.
That's good. Here's the problem with body care stuff. It all smells so boring. It really does. I mean, you can go into the drugstore and check out the fragrances from the different men's products, and they all smell the same.
They do.
Men's products need more variety. That's why I love Cremo. Oh, do I love Cremo? As soon as we received our Cremo products, I have used it every day, every single day. You deserve freedom from sweat and stink. Cremo's deodorant is designed to provide men with 48-hour odor protection. Cremo products are all barber grade and made with pride, professionalism, and passion to guarantee you quality without compromise. Elevate your deodorant experience with Cremo's 2 latest signature scents, Italian Bergamot and Bright Fresh, that's what that is, and Robust, while Palo Santo is deep, smoky, and refined. They're both great. Remember, deodorant isn't just for smelling good. The scent you choose sets the tone of how you present yourself. Cremo helps men make an unforgettable impression every time. I love the stuff. I wish you could smell me right now. Turn some heads with your manly aroma. Beware of armpit nuzzlers at Jimmy's Weekend. We're going to smell so money.
We are going to smell money. Silly.
Head to Target or Target.com to find Cremo's new line of antiperspirants and deodorants in the Italian Bergamot and Palo Santo scents. Once again, that's Target or Target.com, ladies and gentlemen. News for everybody.
Any McDonald's news?
No McDonald's news, but we do have more Shedeur Sanders news.
Oh, good.
For you.
Okay.
We probably talked about it, and everybody was talking about it. The Shedeur Sanders prank call that happened.
Yeah.
And it happened over the weekend when he was sliding in the draft. And, it's just, it really is. If you wanted to do a prank call like that, you better be ready to shell out $250,000.
What?
The NFL announced massive fines over the prank where somebody said he was a GM
How
for
can
Yeah.
they
New
fire a
Orleans
kid?
Saints. The Atlanta Falcons will have to pay. The whole franchise has to pay because that
for that
number
number
was
loose.
given to the Atlanta Falcons. They will have to pay $250,000. And defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich, the father of Jax Ulbrich, the little butthead that did the prank, he himself will have to shell out $100,000. Can you
There-
imagine what that kid's life
There
is
was
like?
a prank just like this a few years ago,
Yep,
but it
there
was not Shedeur Sanders, so there was no big deal or investigation or fine.
This is
Now-
nonsense, and no one at the NFL
I don't
is
think it's
considering-
nonsense at all. I think
no,
it's great.
no one at the NFL is considering something that is key to this case is that it's funny.
It's not
no,
funny.
I
It's
don't think
mean.
it's funny. I think it's mean. I think it's just plain mean. I really do. I think it's kicking a dog when he's down. But
He wasn't all the way down yet.
But I think it's being overblown because it's Sanders.
Yeah,
I don't. I
guarantee
am not
that.
a fan of Shedeur Sanders. I hate all the hype around him. I do. I hate the the room where he pays tribute to himself.
Oh, well,
I
you
just
know what
think
it is? Legendary.
Legend. Yeah, the
He is
legendary
legendary.
Shedeur Sanders. At the same time, that falls into the category. The draft slide is the punishment. That rips you in two. I guarantee you, he might, he might not let you know. But that to me is like, I just don't. I think it's cruel. It really is cruel, and it's a dick move when the guy is already down. I see as bad as a guy can be.
Maybe
you know?
I'm just letting my darkness out, Mike. I just think
you
it's a-
love stuff like that.
it's
That's
a
why you
great
bonded
prank.
with a certain member of the show more than I did. It's unclear if Jeff will be passing any of that responsibility on to the 21-year-old son, Jax. Jax Ulbrich. Yeah, Jax.
Well,
I
that's
wonder
his
if that.
punishment,
Yeah, that's
being named Jax.
boy. I would make if I'm the dad. If I'm the dad, the kid's paying. To me, he's paying every nickel of it when
Well,
he can.
well, it depends. Do the Falcons fire the dad?
That's oh my god.
How do the Falcons handle it with the dad?
When you're 20, 18 maybe, even in your teens, even when you're
Right.
still in high school, I could get it. 21, you're out of high school, it just to me
I know that the Falcons probably won't hire him now. He
The
won't
kid?
he won't be a nepo baby.
well, so many of
now.
those some of the coaching world of the NFL has nepo babies out
Of
the
course,
ass.
left and right. Yeah.
He just won't get drafted.
Wow.
Not on the
Man,
first
oh,
4 days.
man. Let's see. It was premeditated. Jack saw the number on his dad's open iPad while visiting his parents' house and wrote it down to conduct the prank later on.
Smart kid.
In another kid,
Jack saw the phone number written on a Post-it on the fridge.
Wow. In another strange twist, the NFL says they're aware of other prank calls. The Giants guy they got, Abdul Carter, who went number 3, says he received one during the draft. Well, you had to work quick with that one.
Yeah.
Because he was taken number 3 by the Giants. For now, there's no indication that Jax was behind that one. So there you go with that.
From the Redskins, Darryl Green did it all the time. He just called people. He asked if the refrigerator was running. He did all the tricks.
Well, and Jax made it easy by putting a TikTok up of him making the call.
Exactly.
It made the investigation real easy.
I believe. I'm not sure that Jax is going to be getting any head coaching jobs anytime soon. If he's following in his father's
Jax will end up on the blacklist?
Oh, that was Jax the Pranker.
The Pranker.
Jax the Pranker, James Spader. There you go. Glad you like that show. 2 years after surviving a freak snowplow accident that nearly took his life, Jeremy Renner, who I love, I'm a fan of Jeremy Renner, he is revealing jaw-dropping new details, including the chilling moment he says he actually died. Remember when this came out and they were talking about the injuries?
Can't believe it was 2 years ago.
Really crushed by this massive piece of equipment. In his new book, My Final Breath, which I will read, Jeremy Renner opened up about the horror he faced on New Year's Day 2023 after being run over by his, ready for this, 14,000-pound piston bully snowcat at his Lake Tahoe home. He says, quote, "I died right there on the driveway to my house." He continued, "I know I died. In fact, I'm sure of it." Renner shared that EMTs later confirmed, that his heart rate had bottomed out at 18. He wrote, "That was basically dead." Described the feeling of an exhilarating peace during that ordeal. When I died, now before he does that, he talks a little bit about, I read a very lengthy article on this, that he felt tired. He felt getting more and more fatigued as he's slowly going. He said, when I died, what I felt was energy. A constantly connected, beautiful, and fantastic energy. He added there was no time, place, or space, and nothing to see except a kind of electric, two-way vision made from strands of that inconceivable energy. I could see my lifetime. I could see everything all at once. My mom, God rest her soul, who passed away a while ago, 5 years ago last month, I believe it was.
And she was run over by a ditch witch, right?
She was actually celebrated her birthday about a week and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
She said, I don't know if when I go, and she was very close to the end at this point. And her quote, I will never forget her quote. It was so cool. She said, I don't think I'm going to see your father or see any loved ones. I don't think there is a heaven per se, but I think it will be beautiful. And if that's true, I really do hope it is. I hope the consciousness is that way. Whatever your religious beliefs, I will always remember that quote from my mom, who at the end of her life, and I mean this, was completely and utterly without fear. She knew it was the end. She was very aware of it for multiple days, even before she started really going fast. And that was her mindset. Absolute calm. And I will never forget that.
You have it in your genetic makeup to be calm when you know death is on your doorstep.
I have envisioned it, and I think if you could project that future, it'll be something like this. No. I'm sorry.
Well, Mike, if you have a few days like your mom did, I just hope that you have the wherewithal and the clearness of mind to bank a few bonus shows.
Thank you very much. I'll do my look. We take those seriously.
And
by the way, the bonus show. What's that? Go ahead.
Jeremy Renner is on Rogan this week, sharing the same story.
It's really
and talking
fascinating
all through his experience.
Yeah. Do you think he's putting any spin on it? Is he augmenting it for book sales, or do you believe him?
Totally believe the guy.
Okay.
Absolutely. Right. He doesn't have to do that. So, I mean, that's Stagecoach, the festival. Is that the country festival that people go to? It's called Stagecoach. I think it's a country
hip-hop.
thing. It's hip hop. Oh,
No, I have no idea.
no, it's not hip hop.
I'm just going
It's like a
Stagecoach, you're probably
Coachella.
right.
It's like a music festival,
Okay.
right? Did you get the video that I sent you? People are wondering if
Yes.
if someone might change that. Somebody put a video up that's blowing up, going viral after they snuck alcohol into the Stagecoach Festival by hiding it in a baby-shaped flask. Let's take a peek at it.
Oof.
please.
There's a party downtown near Fifth Street. Everybody at the bar.
And then there's another one right after that, but I don't think we have that one. It's amazing.
Mike, it
I
is
love
it is a sister festival to Coachella, so it's another
Okay.
music festival like Coachella. That's what it's.
And
And
this
it's
is a realistic-
Jelly Roll, Luke Combs, Eric Church, so it's country.
yeah,
This is a
Licorice
realistic-looking doll, but there's a spout on its forehead, as you saw, to pour shots from, and a hole in its chest to fill it up. They showed the other video showed him filling it up.
I
which
have
was
to
funny.
imagine it wouldn't stay very. Isn't it an insulated baby? Because you,
You know what? There it is again. That's where you scare me again. And it's like because you want it chilled. Is that what you want there?
well, I
Is
mean,
that you
do
want
you
the
want
chilled
do you
shot?
want hot vodka? No,
I
one
think
likes
he's
hot
going to be in the
vodka.
corner at Jimmy's, like doing mainlining Stoli Doli over the weekend.
No. I've never been better.
Nah, just
Now-
straight pineapple juice.
They
And
hid
rum.
the spout with a tiny cowboy hat and added sunglasses to help get it through security. Which
I
is
love the phrase
fantastic.
"tiny cowboy hat." Think of all the images that like on a dog. Aw.
Yeah. Or Steve Martin in Parenthood. Yah-hee, yah-hee, yah-hee. Finally today, deputies are looking for a woman who they say stole an adult tricycle from a residence in Southeast Plum Drive in Arcadia, Florida.
That's a
If
beautiful part. Yeah.
If I got in the car, I could get to Arcadia in about 45 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to social media, the suspect was quickly identified as Emily Hesters. That's according to the sheriff's office. Attempts to locate her have been unsuccessful. Her voicemail is full.
Yes.
Her old address says she's not welcome. I assume it's maybe an apartment. And the tricycle remains missing. The sheriff's office posted all of that on social media. My favorite charge for people.
Yes.
Charges for petite theft.
Oh, I do
Doesn't
like
that sound
that.
sweet?
Yeah.
Petite theft. They are being sent to the state's attorney's office. If you spot someone riding off, by the way, she's wearing a tiger onesie.
Hot.
If you see someone on an adult tricycle wearing a tiger onesie, all you have to do, the sheriff's office asks that you call 863 Great Choices. That's 863 Great Choices, ladies.
I
and
wonder
gentlemen.
how many people are running around Florida in their tiger onesie getting stopped by police just in case.
Tiger onesie.
Tiger
Yeah.
onesie.
If you're going to commit petite theft, make
it
sure
is-
you ride along in
It
your
is
tiger
the
onesie.
smallest theft there is.
We'll take a break, come back with more. You're listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Hey, everybody, get ready. The Mike O'Mara Show Kentucky Derby Party this weekend. You low-functioning half-wit, grab a sensational chapeau and join us this Saturday, May 3rd at 5 p.m. at Jimmy's Old Town Tavern for a night of fun, laughter, food, drinks, and, of course, the big race. Run, ponies, run. So fast and so dynamic. Thanks for the description. Very fun, you know.
Very exciting to watch the race with those horses.
Absolutely. Bing, you like the ponies, don't
Oh,
you?
I think it's marvelous. Some of it really fine.
He
Yeah.
did love horses. He owned race horses.
The Derby means hats. So, gentlemen and ladies, bring your boldest, fiercest, most fabulous hats for our legendary Ladies Hat Contest. Are you listening, Americans? Please, no berets. The best part, it's free. So mark your calendars, rally your crew. There's Josh's hat, and RSVP now. You definitely want a reservation for this event. Just call 703-435-JIMS. Mike and Josh are traveling north for this big-time fun. We are.
Yes.
Put on your blinkers and get your feet in the stirrups. Jesus. See you Saturday, Jimmy's Old Town Tavern. They have the coldest beer in town. So many selfies. We're ready for joy. Plus, Sharon, mother of Rob, will be there.
Yes.
He's very excited about his mom coming. Call Jimmy's again, 703-435-JIMS, or email Danielle at that weird address.
Yeah.
That,
If you have time, come by.
I'm looking at Josh's hat. The brim has no tilt at all to it. It's
that's what makes it charming. It looks Dick Tracy-esque.
yeah, it's almost like a record album on his head.
See, I think Curious George.
I'm thinking Pharrell.
Since this is the last show before we get to Jimmy's
Yeah.
of the week, do you have any desire to model your chapeau? Since I haven't bought mine yet, I don't know what.
No,
I'm gonna be
mine.
wearing.
I have not adorned it yet.
Oh,
I still have to decorate it. Yeah.
That says it all right there. We're looking forward to it. All right, so
Do you know how
tariff.
expensive glitter tape is?
Very exciting, very clever, Rob.
I'm
Tariff
wondering
news. Yes,
if I
yes,
should wear
Josh.
this to the
I'll
Oriole
try to
game on
move the
Friday.
show along. What's that? I'm sorry.
I'm thinking of wearing this hat to the Oriole game on Friday.
I think you should because you
I
get.
found out we've got first row seats out in the outfield. I think this hat would be great at catching a ball.
I'll watch it, and congratulations to the O's on their winning the series over the dreaded Yankees, ladies.
Oh, it
and
makes
gentlemen.
everything feel better.
Oh, I'm glad. It's your team. Good stuff. Tariff news.
Yes.
Rob said he had an update. That's been the talk of the news for quite some time. So you have tariff news for
Yes.
us.
Today is the day that they expect the last of the boats to arrive from China not affected by tariffs. So that means that after today, because these boats launched before the tariffs were announced, so these are products that will not be touched by the tariffs. After today, the 145% tariffs will kick in on everything. And we got to think about this as far as it touches a lot of different things in the business that I hadn't really thought about.
And the business world. There are companies that are going to go out of business.
Yeah, I mean, the small companies are going to get hit especially hard because the big box stores will have a 6 or 8 week backlog of some products that they can, they can hold them back. Small stores can't keep that kind of inventory.
No.
And also, one thing that I hadn't thought about is the trucking industry.
Yeah.
They're going to cut the trucking industry by a third, and that means jobs gone, maintenance of trucks gone, selling of trucks gone. All of this is affected by all this stuff coming in from China just in time. Do you realize the amount of toys for Christmas that are going to come from China, and they're all going to be? I heard one guy say, anything that beeps comes from China. So
Here's the logic.
uh-huh.
If the goal is to bring manufacturing back to the United States, the process, it would be decades.
At least.
You couldn't do it.
No.
You can't possibly do it. And
That's why I think there's going to be deals and loosening of these
And
tariffs.
I
like
think
they did
hope
with
so.
the
there's
phones
no
and
other
computers.
way that it really happens. If it's posturing, if it's doing. And by the way, I am fully ready to embrace it if it happens. But the way it's been done is so ham-handed that this is already affecting people. If you were going to do this, that's diplomacy, man. That's intelligent diplomacy. And now when you're hearing about people, this has been so rapid and so immediate that it's going to the bad stuff is going to happen without delay.
Oh,
the good
quickly.
stuff, we don't know when that's going to come back. We don't know. And so it's terrifying.
I get a feeling that our president is a little like Tim Gunn, and he makes these decisions and he just says, make it work. And it can't. It can't work.
And
It
I
cannot.
look, and it's so funny. Isn't it weird that we did discover the the Chinese products? It was kind of fun. It was really right at the moment
Yeah.
that these tariffs hit. The tariffs don't relate to the merchandise. And look, we can't control what China does to their people. We
Right.
can't. We can't control the fact that is essentially slave labor. We really can't. But it's the way the world has been running for decades and decades and decades. So I don't know what's going to happen. But
I do have an interesting quote here, Mike,
Yeah.
from the he's the executive director of the Port of Los Angeles, and his name is Gene Sroka. Any relation, Josh?
That's my uncle.
Uncle Gene, yeah.
You know, you'd probably be able to, with that spelling of that name, you might be able to trace the lineage if you really worked at it. My father used to say, when I asked him if we were related to Mark O'Mara, he said, if it's spelled O''Meara, you could probably make connections through the family tree. That's what
I'm somehow related to Sam and Bella Spiewak, who were Broadway authors. So there's that. Anyhow,
congratulations.
That
Gene
makes
Sroka
way
says,
more sense.
Yeah, doesn't it?
You know,
It
doesn't
totally
it? Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Yep, 100%.
Starting next week, says Gene Sroka, is when we're going to see the arrivals off of that tariff announcement from April 2nd. He says that the Port of Los Angeles is going to be down 35% in what they receive as opposed to just a year ago. Think of that. 35% just not coming into the country. It's going to drive prices sky high.
It's weird.
It's crazy.
It's weird.
And that's why our podcast is made in America.
And free.
100% American made and American employed. All the employees of our podcast. To the best of my
Did you
knowledge,
see
Josh,
the
you're
papers?
a citizen, right?
Yes. I
Thank
got a
you.
green card.
Appreciate that. Yes.
I was born in Cuba, but I've been naturalized.
The Cuban Spiewaks. we have that.
Yes, I'm Rob Spiewak of the Havana Spiewaks.
My God, we will see what happens. So,
But it's scary. If you want, you know what? If you're going to get your kids a toy that beeps, buy it now. Buy it quick because
Very good.
you
We'll
won't
do
be able
that.
to find it.
ChatGPT coming up on the Mike O'Mara show.
Oh, good.
No, I've got, sorry, Audible. We've done enough ChatGPT. I want to talk to Rob about my tests of who's going to die first. It's something.
Oh, okay.
That's
Good.
way too similar to ChatGPT.
I can support it, actually. They'll walk
see what
hand in
happens.
hand. Yeah.
Listen up, soldiers. My wife is called Carla. She's nice. She has some questions for you to ponder. She asks, how can I help you age better? Do you need to lose lots of weight? Do you need to lose 5 to 10 pounds? Do you need better sleep? Do you need more energy? Do you want help with anti-aging? Do you need help with brain fog? Do you need better hormone balance? This might actually relate to the next topic I'm going to
it's a good
discuss on
lead
the
ahead,
show.
yeah.
How about better hair, skin, nails? What about reducing your inflammation? That's my verbal inflammation.
Your voice. That's your inflammation impression.
My inflammation impression. Do you need better gut health? How about making those workouts really count by upping your performance optimizations? How about improving your mood or having enhanced libido? Don't waste time answering these questions. Life is not a quiz show. It's time to realize that peptides are the future, and Carla is here to help you. P.S. Her inbox is always open. Hey. Make sure to check out DermGlowSkin.com. Payment options include Klarna and PayPal, so you can buy now and pay later. Handy. It's time to try DermGlow, making the best you that you can be inside and out. Start your transformation today at DermGlowSkin.com. I'm Mike O'Mara, and I like to remember the glory days. They'll pass you by. Glory days in the wink of young girl's eye. Glory days. All right, enough. Rock it now. DermGlowSkin.
Rock it now.
So I got this thing that popped up on my feed, and it was the 7 signs that you have to look for to make sure you live well past your 70th birthday.
Okay. God, you're closing in on that, Mike.
I am closing in on that. I will be 66 in June. And the number one, and it's on a lot of these things. I don't know if this is
Have you
6 or
enjoyed
7.
birthday season this year?
It isn't really officially started.
Yes,
It's
it has. It starts with my birthday.
No, not really.
Now, remember, Mike only counts his own birthday in birthday season.
I
June
thought we got you
22nd
to
is
concede.
birthday season.
That's one day. That doesn't count.
Did we celebrate your birthday on the show?
We observed it.
We
It
did.
wasn't much of a celebration, no. But
All
yeah,
right.
but I mean, it's March to June is birthday season.
As you age, and you'll find this to be true, Rob, you will find that birthday season is not as joyous as it once was.
Oh, I feel it. I feel
Is
it.
it because you now know which day your birthday is? So you can't make multiple days about you?
Yes, according to the Social Security Administration, it is June 22. So finally, I embrace it. And that's what I've observed all my life. So I'm very happy that that little pesky June 21st ordeal is over.
That's right. That's how that's how we were able always to differentiate you from your twin.
Boy, did the insurance companies love to latch onto that one, Rob.
Sure.
June 21st, I'm sorry, they've refused your claim.
And we'll need $100,000 and goodbye.
Thank you. I've been doing these things. Now, it says the first thing you can do to test if you're going to live a healthy life well into your 70s and beyond is the balance test. And this test is this. You stand on one foot for 10 seconds.
Okay.
Can you balance on one foot for 10 seconds? My question is, can you do that?
I think I can.
Okay. Would you be interested in trying it?
I'm curious. Did you try it?
I did.
And?
Did better on one side than the other.
Well, it just asked for 1 foot, right?
1 foot. I'm not sure if it wants you to do 2 feet or not.
This is setting up like a good game for Jimmy's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll do it at Jimmy's. We'll do it at Jimmy's.
I won't adjust my camera.
You could cheat the way this one's.
I'm not going to cheat.
But we don't have we can't get the full body shot for you, so we can't see whether it's going to happen.
I know you have to pay extra for that.
Now, with this said, I believe this one of all of them, the balance test. Michael comes into the living room, and I'm doing this little balance test. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm checking my balance." And I think that at my age,
he's thinking about your checkbook.
No, I'm thinking about the fact that I should be better at it.
Yeah,
I can do it, but I can just do it, and I don't like that. Balance is the key to the whole shebang, because if you don't have good balance, it means your muscle tone is not there. It's not what it should be. And the other one is grip strength. That's it. My grip strength is off the charts. I have grip strength from.
I don't suppose mine was as good as when I was a teenager, but I'm sure.
Do you? Are you even? What's that?
How do you measure grip strength?
That one I really don't know. I think they basically it's a firm, if you're able to really give a firm handshake. That's something that if it was really directed at people over 70, if that feels like it's starting to go, that might be a problem. But I'm very active with the golf game and all that. That makes you very strong.
It sounds more like you're checking your balance. You're checking how much you hold things. It seems like it's more testing if you're going to fall down the stairs. If you can hold on to that railing.
But that's the whole balance thing. Taking a fall accelerates, the aging process.
And I've heard so many interviews with doctors, Mike, and they all say the same thing, is that you don't break your hip because you fall. You fall because you have a broken hip. So it's the weakness that's inherent.
What?
You fall because of bone weakness. You don't break your bones for falling. You fall because your bones are already weak. So you're going to fall if you have weak bones, and the hip might already be broken when you fall.
No,
that's
I fall
how
if I trip over something.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about old people falling and
you
breaking.
You don't wake up in the morning with a broken bone.
No, Mike, what I'm saying is that let's say an older person falls, right? And they come away with it from a broken hip.
Yeah.
They say a lot of times you don't break the hip when you fall because you've broken your hip.
So you're saying the hip was already broken?
Can be. Yeah.
No.
All right.
That doesn't make any
sense. I'm just telling you.
Doesn't make any
It makes perfect sense.
No. Now don't
I've heard
argue
more than
just
one
to
doctor.
argue.
I've heard more than one doctor say
That's ludicrous.
Your weakness in your hip makes you fall.
And not know it.
I agree that weakness but it's like that's like saying somebody's big boned that's fat. It's not true.
It's not true.
And weakness is not bone. Weakness is look, the weakness of bone will cause the break when you land, but you will not just fall because you've broken your hip. Think about it.
That's like saying my car got in an accident because it was broken, because it was already crashed.
It's not like that at all. What I'm saying, and I wish I could cite...
Listen to the greatest BSer in the history of BS try to punch out of this one. Go ahead. Try to rephrase it.
I give up. You win.
No, don't quit.
No, I'm not going to. You put me in a hole so deep. All I'm saying.
I did not put you in any hole you didn't dig yourself.
No,
don't
you
put
did.
it on
you
me
did.
like you
when you
always
say,
do.
Get ready for this line of BS because here it comes.
You said, let me put it this way, and I was waiting for the
You fall
the justification.
because people fall because of weakened bones, okay? And now maybe
not always.
Sometimes.
Weakened muscles and weakened soft tissues, bones break because of weakened bones.
Okay.
You don't fall because the bone is weak. You fall because the musculature is weak.
All right. I'll
or the balance is off because, and by the way, The balance test is to test how strong you are.
Okay.
It's a strength thing. But I can't imagine someone saying, look at the look. Look at the look like he's gonna make Josh, he will make this my fault somehow. He will make this my
not
fault.
at all.
No.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Help me
I'm
out
just telling
here.
you what
I'm
I
gonna
heard.
just shut
I'm
up.
just
I'm
telling
gonna
you what
just
I
shut up.
heard is that the people that fall already have probably bone trouble, and that leads to the fall. Now, if the fall itself causes I was speaking.
How
in a very
could the
general,
fall not cause the break?
If, let's say, someone punched you in the leg and you had a broken bone, they punched you real hard.
Snap the femur.
Mike, you've got weakened bones because you're old. Okay, let's say you're 85-year-old Mike O'Mara, and you've got weak bones. All right, that will work against you in every way. And it might
in
cause
a fall, that
Yeah.
will work against
Right.
me, but
Yeah.
it won't cause the fall.
A strong gust of wind will break your leg and you fall.
And so maybe the fact is the bone is so weak.
I'm turning the comments on for a second here. Hold on, let me see. See if we're getting
The
any.
bone, Mike, is weakened already. So although the bone is probably broken by the fall.
Two people fall because their hips are already broken.
They want us to Google that.
I am Googling it right now.
Thank you, Josh.
The Trip Affleck says, the WebMD show. Move it along. Nothing you're saying is accurate.
All I'm doing is I'm repeating something I heard. That's
Then not
Now,
Aesop says, Mike
according-
is a monster.
You're
How
not
am I
a
a
monster.
monster? There it is. There's
All right,
his people
according to
right
Google-
there.
According to Google,
yes.
while most hip fractures result from a fall, in some cases a hip fracture can occur before the fall.
Aha. Some cases. So, Mike, you know what? We're both right.
I don't know if I can. Can you get out of your
98%
chair
of
without
hip
using your
fractures-
hands to prop yourself up?
I didn't hear. Mike, you said stand up without propping yourself up?
One of the not Aesop who dominates the comments.
Oh,
Doesn't
and
he?
by the way, Aesop
does
doesn't
he dominate?
like
Does Aesop dominate the?
yeah, and
comment?
it's not that he likes me. He hates everybody, I think, as I recall.
Yeah, but he's
So-
why is he on the well, it's all him.
He's very
That's
That's
not
on there,
cool.
too.
I don't like that. What's that?
You want more people to talk.
Yeah.
I'd let some others in there. Wow. There it is. He says, "Why somebody's texting?"
Well, on TikTok, the comment would be, "It sounds like something my ex-wife said once after rear-ending a work truck."
Okay. Granted, I can see it being counterintuitive.
All right, now
yes.
pull your chair, slide your chair back.
All right.
All right, so we can see the whole chair. Can we?
Mm-hmm.
I can't. All right, now with your hands like in the prayer position.
Mm-hmm.
All right, get out of your chair without using it for support. Not even a hesitation.
No.
Very, very healthy. That's a
Yes,
good thing.
that's it. That's how my last doctor's exam was. He said,
all that
stand up.
yoga.
You're good to go.
Oh my God, we're running late. We'll have to be, WebMD will have to come.
I'm
back
just
on
glad I
another
wore
day.
pants today.
It's very, very exciting. Yes, sir. Nothing you're saying is accurate. I am not a monster. Aesop.
Yeah, Mike is not
anyway.
a monster at all. He called me on something that was only true 2% of the time.
Yeah, well, there you go. You must
Yeah.
be happy. We'll take a break, and we will come back with some beautiful video right after this, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I'm drinking coffee today, and you know what?
That's okay.
It's because we're taping early. I normally hit my Liquid IV about 8 a.m. That's the first one of the day, and it was so good yesterday when I was out in the heat. It's fantastic stuff. You know that.
You
We
drank
love
it out of a
Liquid IV.
baby, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I had a baby with sunglasses and a cowboy hat. Times are hard, so treat yourself. Treat yourself by gifting yourself the everyday indulgence of extraordinary hydration from Liquid IV, powered by Live Hydroscience. That is a registered trademark. You see me drinking it daily. I don't like to do the show without it. It's great flavors. Oh, my God. Grape, lemon, lime, raspberry, lemonade, white peach, rainbow sherbet. They're all fantastic. You'll love it, ladies and gentlemen. It's like a big, fat party in my mouth.
Yum.
Unlike sports drinks, Liquid IV delivers 3 times the electrolytes, 8 essential vitamins, and is always non-GMO, vegan, and allergen-free. I've been telling you these facts for years. Listen up. Try some Liquid IV. So proud to be associated with them. Liquid IV will make you happier than Mike O'Mara gearing up for a Blacklist binge. That means he likes it.
Yep.
Don't be a Spader hater. Embrace the jive. Pinky. Embrace the jive, Pinky. Use your muzzle to guzzle. Care poor, live more. Liquid IV. Treat yourself to extraordinary hydration from Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code TMOS at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code TMOS at liquidiv.com, everybody.
Hey,
Come on.
hey, I like that. Some beautiful video.
Jerry Tom.
Records truly is his middle name.
John Records Landecker, WLS.
I normally only include one slogan per spot, but yesterday I had both. Don't be a Spader hater and use your muzzle to guzzle. I like them both.
Yum, yum. Thank you.
Mike, you said we've done a lot of AI lately, so I just want to keep this quick. Josh suggested a certain AI pose for me earlier in this week, and so I wanted to do it. But it turns out they wouldn't. You can ask AI to put you dead in a coffin. It won't generate the photo.
It'll make you a wax figure, but it won't make
So what they did is they said, we could put you in a coffin alive, and you're just laying in a coffin. I said, yeah, do that. And they did it, and it was kind of creepy. And then I said, could you do that same picture? I'm still trying to make myself look like a corpse. I said, can you do the same picture with me asleep? And they said yes. And so, Mike, this is what you have to look forward to if I can't balance.
Oh, my God, that's creepy.
It's so creepy.
That, Rob, that is so dark. That is so dark.
Rob,
you are not normal.
Did you
You
tell it
are
what-
not normal. I did my Rob position with the hand on the head.
Well, and did you tell it what type of suit you wanted?
I did, of course, yeah, because they first had me in a black suit. And I said, no, I'd like white with
I'll tell you, based
blue
on
shirt.
that suit, it must have been a long illness.
Yeah, it was. It was absolutely. And also somehow they must have left me out in the dryer because I look short in that.
You do. You
Here's
do
another
look short in
variant
that.
on it, Mike. Here we go. That's me with my eyes open in the casket.
That looks like you're being buried alive.
Yeah, it does. It does. And then
And you know the thing,
let's go back
would
to
you
this
not
one.
agree that it makes you a little better looking? The AI makes you a little better
no,
looking?
the chin is bad. The chin is definitely.
Let me
a
see
laying
the
down-
one with the eyes.
Okay.
I think it's what is different?
That's Kevin James. Is what's different about that?
Oh, is it his mouth?
It's
I think
the
so.
beard.
Yeah, or the
Also
eyes.
The beard.
I think it's the
Okay.
eyes. Yeah.
All right,
You see,
that's
but this
interesting.
looks more like me. Now they asked if I wanted another wax figure, and I said sure. And they said submit another picture. And
I saw
like-
that one yesterday.
I
when you
like
put
this
the
one
white.
better.
That's it looks like Joe Rogan right there. Oh my God!
But anyway, this is you know what? That's even a little much for me. So let's
There
not
you
do
go.
that.
I'm glad it is.
yeah.
You were the one that did it. So,
I know, but
that's
because
fine.
Josh said, "What did
Thanks,
you do?
Aesop.
Put,
Thank
what'd
you.
Put yourself
Thank
in
you
a
very
coffin."
much. We appreciate
Mike,
it.
you know
Next
who
week
else
we'll see you as the Pope.
we could probably see this guy in a coffin before too long, except he appears to have escaped with only minor injuries. This is at the Pittsburgh Pirates game last night. Watch the outfield during play. And there's no audio.
Oh man!
A guy fell from the upper deck onto
21
the field.
feet.
21 feet.
Oh, show that again, please.
Yeah,
Good
there he is.
Lord. It looks like he jumped.
And it
He
also
does.
it looks like a body, like a mannequin almost. He had to be way drunk to fall that loose.
Or
Well, and it's weird
mentally
because
unstable. He might have tried to do it.
it's time and they just got a hit. You see everyone jump up but there's no reason for him to fall forward.
Yeah, maybe. You know what, Mike?
It
He
looks
didn't-
like he's motionless, doesn't he? Like he passed out. That.
No,
I wish
Mike-
there were. Are there any closer?
This looks
shots?
motionless.
No, that's the only shot I could find.
Yeah.
as well.
Do we have any news on it? Was there any word on it at all? As far as
Minor
whether-
injuries is what I'm hearing, but they're being vague about it because I bet the Pirates are pretty nervous right about now.
Wow.
Because
that's
even if
it.
it's his fault, they can figure out a way. Now, if you are out, Carrie just got a sort of a mobile phone charger. Looks like a little brick that she can charge her phone as she goes, which is really neat. But I didn't know
just
this.
invented them.
I didn't say anything.
I know.
I didn't say anything. He did. Your friend.
Your friend.
See you this weekend.
He just invented.
I was-
Carrie got this newfangled device.
Yeah.
It's a
And
mobile
Carrie broke her
charger.
hip and then fell down. It's very sad. Here's a picture of her. But did you know, Josh, the reason I say that, you don't need to buy one of those as long as you have a friend whose phone.
Aesop wrote Josh as a monster.
You don't need one if you have a friend with a fully charged cell phone. I had no idea this was possible.
So yeah, me and my friend came out to eat, and my phone is on 3%. So I ain't have no block piece, but I had a charger. So she said, you can use my phone to charge it. I'm like, what? Yeah. Her phone is really charging my phone. I did not know that. Did y'all know that? Anybody knew that? And they automatically charge whatever phone has the lowest battery.
So if you hook one phone to another phone, they will equalize their battery. You can actually use another phone to charge your phone. It might be neat if you're like in a situation where you need to grab some electric juice. What's the matter?
But don't
Mike?
get electrocuted, because if you get electrocuted, you could end up like this.
Yeah, sad. I don't even have a cell phone at that point, Mike, because I'm dead.
Yeah, check those pockets.
Yeah, I was. I don't know. This is the first picture of me after I went to the Pirates game.
There it is. And it's the ye old like Irish casket too. Right?
I know. I that's one thing I did ask. I said, "Can you modernize?"
Get him a Dracula casket.
I said, "Can you give me a modern casket with some flowers around it?" And they said, "You've exceeded your requests for the day."
Fantastic.
So stay tuned for all that. All right, Mike. This is an old tape. This is from the late '80s, but it seems to apply now more than ever.
Okay.
And it's a guy you like, John Cleese from Monty Python. And he did this in, I think, 1987, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, we've heard a lot about extremism recently, a nastier, harsher atmosphere everywhere, more abuse and bother boy behavior, less friendliness and tolerance and respect for opponents. All right, but what we never hear about extremism is its advantages. Well, the biggest advantage of extremism is that it makes you feel good because it provides you with enemies. Let me explain. The great thing about having enemies is that you can pretend that all the badness in the whole world is in your enemies and all the goodness in the whole world is in you. Attractive, isn't it? So, if you have a lot of anger and resentment in you anyway, and you therefore enjoy abusing people, then you can pretend that you're only doing it because these enemies of yours are such very bad persons. And that if it wasn't for them, you'd actually be good-natured and courteous and rational all the time. So, if you want to feel good, become an extremist. Okay, now you have a choice. If you join the hard left, they'll give you their list of authorized enemies. Almost all kinds of authority, especially the police, the city, Americans, judges, multinational corporations, public schools, furriers, newspaper owners, fox hunters, generals, castrators, and of course, moderates. Or, if you'd rather be an extremist on the hard right, no problem, fine, you still get a lovely list of enemies, only they're different ones. Noisy minority groups, unions, Russia, weirdos, demonstrators, welfare sponges, meddlesome clergy, peaceniks, the BBC, strikers, social workers, communists, and of course, moderates and upstart actors. Now, once you're armed with one of these super lists of enemies, you can be as nasty as you like and yet feel your behaviors morally justified. So you can strut around abusing people and telling them you could eat them for breakfast and still think of yourself as a champion of the truth, a fighter for the greater good, and not the rather sad paranoid schizoid that you really are.
Mike,
that's awesome.
See, we've come a long way, haven't we?
We have indeed. Boy,
Yeah.
talk about ahead of its time, Mr. Cleese.
Yeah.
Well done. Oh, my God. He's an old man now, just like
Yeah.
me. Anyway, we got to get out of here. We'll see you at Jimmy's this weekend. If you're in the D.C. area, come on out and see us. Rob will be there, contrary to that photograph you're looking at right now.
You will have a seat. I will have a place to lay down.
That's right. We're going to have a little wake for Rob at the Jimmy's Old Town Tavern Derby Party. We'll see you there. Be safe this weekend, everybody. And the bonus show will take place in Jimmy's. We're going to cobble together some fun for our bonus
You'll
show
have it on
subscribers.
Sunday.
So if you can't be there, you'll be there through the magic of recording.
And if you are there, you'll likely be on the bonus show.
Very cool. We'll
Yeah.
see you then. For Josh Schrock and Rob Spiewak, Mike O'Mara saying, break a hip, everybody.
Oh, Josh, you're a monster.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara bonus show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
What do I do? No, don't let him go. You've got to remember that these are just simple farmers. These are people of the land. You know.